Hey everybody, this is Velius, Unorthodox Arena guild leader, doing a one take, just trying to give a frequently asked questions, just to get the new players into the guild a little bit easier. So there's a few things that I want to start off with. First of all, we're based in Thetford, so if you first joined into the game, you're going to be put into one of these 5 cities at the start of the game. Anything that you've gathered up to this point doesn't necessarily matter. If you move over to Thetford, you're going to be able to work with us a lot easier. So basically, when you first pop into the game, if you go to one of the main cities, there's going to be a travel guide there that you can talk to and teleport over to Thetford. Honestly, the money you're going to make, anything that you already have, doesn't necessarily matter. So you talk to a guy like this, he's got this flag sitting here. It'll be in any of the cities, but it'll be in a different area. You talk to him, and you can click on the purple area, click by journey, it'll send you over there. When it comes to the black zone, if you guys have already played a little bit, you understand the black zone, and you think, oh, well, I'm locked to a portal. You're not, so don't worry about that. There's a 7-day weekly reset that you can use, so don't worry too much about that. So generally, a lot of the people come in, they don't understand the difference between the yellows, the reds, and the black zone. So I kind of want to give a bit of an explanation. Yellows, you can be downed, but you can't be killed. Red zones, you can be killed. Black zones, obviously, you can be killed. The difference between red and black is fairly simple. In red zones, you can see how many red players are in the zone. In black zone, you cannot. Now, the main difference between these zones, and the reason that we play in the black zone, is that it has a 200% increase to all loot gained and all silver gained. So we go out there to play there so that we can increase the amount of money that the guild makes and the amount of money that the individuals make. So when we pull you out there, it's just to level you faster. You know, you're getting 6,500 fame per kill. Things like that. It's really helpful. So once you move over to Thetford, obviously, you'll be able to come with us. You'll be able to just get into the guild content and start power leveling quickly. Spec tree explanation. Let's see. So people hop in and they ask a ton about what spec and how does it work and all of this stuff. And they usually have a misconception. So in the game, you're allowed to wear 3 different pieces of armor, a main hand and an offhand, and a cape as well. But the main thing is, people don't understand the differences between the armors. So they think that if they're a mage, they have to wear all cloth. If they're a, bruiser, they have to wear all leather. If they're a tank, they have to wear all plate. But that's not the case. The only piece of armor that gives you statistic bonuses in terms of what you can do in terms of damage or like armor, things like that, that's the chest piece. So the other pieces like the helmet and the boots, those are just side pieces to give you different abilities. So these are really up to debate on whatever your build is. You can kind of, play around with them, get different abilities and things like that. But the chest piece is the one that you really need to worry about when it comes to your actual role. So in this case, I'm playing a fire mage, so I want to use, cast speed. So I'm running like a scholar robe with cast speed on it and things like that. But this increases my damage by 48%. If I were to wear a leather piece, it increases my damage by 20%. If I wear a chest or a plate chest piece, it would make it so I have 0% damage increase. Unless I wear soldier, then it'd be like 10%. So when you're picking your class, if you're doing a damage healer, you really want to wear cloth. It has nothing to do with themes or anything like that. You just want to put on cloth. If you're doing like a high damage sword build, cloth. If you're doing like a high damage axe build, cloth. You know what I mean? It's not really based around anything beyond the damage bonuses that you're gaining. Obviously, sometimes the abilities, you're worried about that. Like if you're playing a bruiser that wants to survive, you would use leather, use Hellion. But ultimately, we'll help you guys with meta, so just send us a message and we'll get, explain what you need on that front. Now, in terms of the spec tree, you have to go in here and take a look. So when you first start, you're more than likely just going to level a couple of these, and you're not going to really understand what they are. So the first tree unlocks the ability to wear the armor that you're trying to get into, same with the weapons. But then when you get here, people start getting confused. People think that this is spec. So spec or specialization is essentially what you need to increase your power with the items. So on an item, every piece has something called item power. Every 100 item power is about 10% strength for the item itself. So it increases your total statistics like armor, magical resistance, base damage values, things like that. So you really want to increase this spec to be able to compete with other players. Now, this doesn't take a long time. This isn't something that's going to just, take your entire Albion career to get to. So people worry about, oh, am I ever going to be as strong as the endgame players? Yes, easily. Once you level up with us, it really won't take too long. But here's the thing. The first tree that you see here, this is the baseline. This is not spec. This is what you can wear. So this starts at tier 4, goes all the way to tier 8. This is the thing that you level up to increase your ability to equip the different pieces. When you go further down the tree, this is specialization. Now, specialization is on every single item in the game, and you have to wear that specific item to increase that specialization. Now, specialization, if you read here, has a passive bonus of +2 specialization bonus to item power for every single level, and a plus 0.2 for every staff in the area. So when somebody says something like, I am a 700 spec fire, that means that they have all of the pieces maxed up to 100, and they are gaining a total of 200 specialization bonus on the item that they're wearing, and another 120 specialization bonus because of the fact that they've maxed everything else. So when I equip a fire staff, I have 320 bonus item power automatically off the bat. I could wear tier 4 and it could be equal to 7 immediately because of the fact that I've leveled the character. So when you feel a little bit weak and you feel like everybody's whooping your ass, it's simply because they have higher spec than you. Now that's one of the things that we're trying to help people level. Another thing that people ask all the time is money making. What am I supposed to do? How do I make money? In the game, it's ultimately just labor. So there's crafting, investment, and labor. Labor is the one that you're going to be able to get most of all. And what I mean by labor is going out into the game world and just doing things. Killing dungeons, gathering resources. Crafting things as of right now is a net loss for any sort of money. So if you're trying to get into the game and make some money or do whatever, you need to group with a guild. You need to go to the Black Zone. And that's one of the things that we've been trying to make sure that everybody comes out and plays with us. But that's kind of the main thing is like we have these questions everybody asks, and it's hard to get through and answer all of them if I just explain this for now. So the moral of the story is get with us, group up, go out, do things that you're supposed to do. We have reimbursement systems to help you if you lose money. Don't worry about the cost. That's pretty much it. So I'm just going to hop off here, and I'm going to post this video so that we can get that out there. Thank you.